Welcome to MedTalks, your go-to source for health information and medical insights. I'm your host, Juvenava, and we are bringing you the latest in healthcare. Whether you're looking to understand the basics of wellness, gain practical tips for everyday health, or learn about community resources available to help you live a healthier and happier life, MedTalks has you covered. Join us on this journey to better health, and remember, a healthier you starts with a single conversation. Stay informed, stay healthy with MedTalks, where every talk is a step towards a better you.
GraceMed Health Clinic is your home for complete compassionate care. From medical visits to vision screenings, dental care, behavioral health support, and a fully equipped pharmacy, we're here to meet all your health needs. Our dedicated team of providers and staff work together to make every visit welcoming and stress-free. Because at GraceMed, you're not just a patient, you're part of our family. Call 316-866-2000 to schedule your appointment. GraceMed Health Clinic, compassionate care for all.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of MedTalks. I am Juvenava, Director of Community Outreach and Communications at GraceMed, and I'm here with Rachel from Breakthrough. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good. It's a Monday morning.
Always Monday,
Yeah,
right?
new opportunity.
Yes, exactly. Rachel, tell me a little about yourself, your title, how long you've been at Breakthrough, just things like that.
You sure? Yes. My title is Development Director at Breakthrough. My full name is Rachel Newell, and I've been there probably about 9 years and working with fundraising, major gifts. I work with program development. I work with volunteers, and I'll also oversee grant writing.
That's incredible.
Well,
That's
it's a
amazing.
lot of hats to wear for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you born and raised in Wichita, or?
Actually, no, I'm a Kansas City girl.
Okay.
I live actually north of town, but I love working in Wichita.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I love doing fundraising in Wichita.
Have you always worked a nonprofit?
Gosh, I have for 30 some years
Okay.
now. Right. So I've been doing one role or another, right? In Harvey County and in Sedgwick County.
Okay. So you're at Breakthrough right now.
Right.
You've been there for how many years again?
About 9 years.
9 years.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit more about Breakthrough.
Yeah. You know, Breakthrough started with this Ventures in Mission campaign through the Episcopal Church. And years ago, the landscape for helping folks downtown was pretty bare. There weren't a lot of opportunities, food, soup kitchens and those kinds of things. And so the Episcopal Church just set up a soup kitchen and started working with folks to feed them and to find them some employment. Gosh, 45 years later, we're, a full service social service agency. And so, but we do focus in certain areas, and we believe that our strength is really helping folks who have severe and persistent mental illness and wrapping ourselves around them with the supports that they need, so that they can be a part of our community just like you and I.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, everybody wants to be a part and belong and be productive, honestly.
Right. Exactly. When you were talking about the community needs, what made Breakthrough exist? Like what was the reason for Breakthrough to come up? What was the needs that they saw within the community?
Well, first of all, it was hunger. Now we have many outlets for food and for people to at least find some sustenance. There's food pantries, there's meals and those kinds of things. And so we've moved a little bit away from that, trying to focus more on helping folks build resilience in their life and coping with their lives so that they can move beyond their circumstances.
Okay.
That's really where we felt our strength was.
Yeah.
And so bringing in the Clubhouse model, which is a internationally recognized model of support for adults with severe mental illness. We brought that into the mix and have had them with Episcopal Social Services, which is our former name, for 30 years. And so we've just blended those two missions really well, adult mental illness and poverty. And those two things often we see together in the community.
You have mentioned the Clubhouse formula that's obviously recognized. For those who don't know what that is, can you explain that a little bit more?
You bet. You bet. It started with Fountain House in New York, and it was really it was families who were trying to find a way to give their adult children support because they were dealing with severe mental illness, and they so they gathered and said we're going to do this differently. So Fountain House created this clubhouse model, and it really is members of the clubhouse are considered colleagues. They work with alongside the staff. You can't tell colleagues from staff in general. Within a clubhouse, there are clubhouse standards. So all over the world, these clubhouses align themselves with the same standards. And it's really focusing on strengths. It's not about their illness or their weakness. It's about their strengths and how do they stay connected in the community, and what can they build on.
Right.
Giving them opportunities for education and employment and housing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Housing is a big issue, and particularly in Wichita, we might
Right.
talk about that. So yeah, that the clubhouse model really is built on a collegial experience and working together. They have a work order day, and when members come in, they can come and go. But when members come in, they know that they're expected to participate in the operation of the clubhouse, and it's theirs. It's their clubhouse. It's their responsibility to keep it up and help each other.
It shows them like a lot of independence.
Right, we're focusing on independent,
self-sufficiency,
yes,
things like that.
and we want to encourage that. Obviously, our mission really wraps itself around resilience, and that's another piece of that. How do we help people build resilience, even when they're living with mental illness, right?
Right. How many members do you have that receive services with Breakthrough?
Yeah, we have about 82 people coming in
Okay.
on a daily basis. They come and go. But we have clubhouses not only in Wichita, but we have expanded the footprint for affiliate clubhouses. So we have one in one in Hutch,
Okay.
one in Newton, and now one in Salina that is just launched.
That's incredible.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And so in Kansas, we have 4 of the 7.
Okay. And I know you touched a little bit about it, but what are some other services that Breakthrough offers to the members?
Yeah, we really feel like, our other services have been very long-standing, particularly our representative payee program. Okay. Are you familiar with the payee program? It's a function of the Social Security Administration, but it's really for folks who need assistance with managing their benefits. They're at risk. They're on the streets, or they have a particular disability, or they've been ordered by the courts, or maybe they're dealing with substance abuse issues, and so they've been ordered by the courts to have a payee to manage benefits for them, and so we do that on their behalf, and we have the largest organizational payee program in the state of Kansas. It's been very long going, so that is one of them, and that really comes into play when people that we see at Breakthrough. We see some of the most marginalized individuals really in our community, and which is not unlike GraceMed.
Yeah.
So and so the payee program really serves many of them who may not be functioning well in the community at all, but they're receiving benefits of some kind. So it's a safety net for them. We do offer a rehousing program. We call it our Turning Point program, and this has kind of evolved a little bit because of the shelter.
Okay.
And so the shelter has come along, and the city has taken a lot of responsibility and encouraged the community to participate in that. So the problem is that there's no available housing in Wichita, low income, or there just aren't housing units.
Right.
We have 50 some people on our waiting list for support with housing, and we can't find them units.
Yeah.
So we have incorporated peer support specialist training and peer support work over at the shelter, which is unusual. It's unique, and so we have spent most of our time over at the shelter trying to encourage folks with resilience.
Yeah.
We use a particular concept called social practice, where we invite the people who are at the shelter to participate in the work of the shelter.
Right.
So that is another program. Then we have the clubhouse, right, model, and then we also provide some on-demand therapy. Actually,
Okay.
it's very difficult for folks who don't have insurance to to
Definitely
get
know that.
into
Yes.
counseling,
Yes.
and so we focus on those individuals who are already in other programs, but we offer them some almost immediate support
Yeah.
through therapy. We do add in some interns from WSU who are very good, and so that's unusual. It's unique because people find the waiting lists for counseling, for therapy to be pretty
Right.
long, and they need help this week.
Yeah.
So,
It's always like an immediate need. And sometimes when you don't have insurance or the funds for it,
yeah.
you're having to wait, right? I mean, there's always like a long wait list for people to get those services. And that's, for me, it's really sad just because it's a need that needs to happen. And what I've noticed with our own patient population, maybe the people that you serve as well, is they kind of wait at the last minute to get those services because they're like, well, I'm not going to deal with it right now. Let me just get through what I need to get through.
Right.
And it's one of those things where like, no, we kind of need to help them at the moment. You've mentioned the housing issues that we have in Wichita, which we're all very familiar with. And the partnerships that you have developed with the city and other organizations, can you talk to me a little bit more about the importance of those partnerships and what do those partnerships look like?
Right. I would start with the partnerships that we've had with landlords around the city for quite some time. And one of the nice things about that is having those partnerships is that they can feel confident that we're going to help them as a landlord with their renter. We're going to provide some wraparound support. It doesn't look necessarily like case management. It's more like peer support and helping their renter understand how to keep that particular unit in good
Right.
condition. How to notice red flags. Those kinds of things. And so, landlords were very confident to take a renter that we recommended.
I
And
could
so
see
I
that.
think that has been and continues to be a very strong relationship, a network of folks.
Incredible.
We did begin participating more and more with the city and the housing department about the available housing, and our CEO is very connected with those task forces that are working. So we feel like housing is very important for our clubhouse members. It's part of the standards, and we're very focused on that. And so we want to make sure that we're participating in bringing housing or housing options to Wichita. And we do have one in the works. I can't talk a lot about it, but it's probably 2 years away.
Yeah. What are some of the challenges that your organization is facing that even your members or your clients that might be facing that perhaps we as a society don't understand or don't see?
Severe mental illness doesn't mean that people are particularly violent
Right.
or don't desire belonging or don't desire to have a sense of connection with the greater community.
Right.
They do. Adults with severe mental illness still like to be productive and like to work. But symptoms of that particular illness will prevent people from being able to focus and being able to stand, being able to really kind of get along with supervision and expectations within the workplace sometimes. And so it does prevent a good many from working in a work environment like you and I would be used to. But there are other opportunities in the community for people to work and to be productive. And I think our community needs to find those.
Exactly.
We need to continue to say this is something that someone with a low functionality can really do, or they
Right.
can only do for 1 hour or 2 hours a day, or I would love to see more
Opportunities
programs,
for them.
opportunities and programs for day work
Right.
in Wichita.
Yeah.
why not?
Because what I've noticed from my experience is that it's not the lack of skill, or the desire. It's because they have that desire.
Yes, they
They
do.
want to be part of
Yes.
society. They want to be self-sufficient. And they might need a little bit more assistance, like guidance, but it's never having to hold their hand throughout the entire time. And I think people have a negative perception of it. And so there's sort of almost like this fear. Is there anything that Breakthrough does to perhaps provide education to the community? Like, this is what it is. I mean, this is what we're looking for, asking for.
You know, we do that sometimes through our partners. Martin Interconnect is a great partner because they have a very diverse employee group. They really understand the limitations of some folks that we I recommend to work there, but it's a great work environment still. So they are advocates and ambassadors for us within the community. We do offer faith communities information. We feel like that's a diverse group of folks, right, who
Yes.
come to a particular faith community.
Yeah.
And so we do offer resources for them, and we do go talk to those communities about mental illness and about poverty. Some are interested in homelessness and
Yeah.
some of those issues because that's front and center
Right.
in our community. So those are and then we have blogs, and Andy Holtberg, our CEO, goes out in the community a lot and talks with folks about
That's
some of the
incredible.
issues.
What are the future aspirations for Breakthrough?
Well, we really want to expand our footprint of clubhouse model within Kansas. We have strong support at the legislative level for this particular model. They're noticing and they're seeing the impact in the different communities and how it can reduce other kinds of costs, hospitalizations and impacts with law enforcement and those kinds of things. And so they're very supportive of the model, and so that's a goal of ours. The other goal of ours is to really bring in this sense of hospitality and social services. It's tough for people to ask for help,
Yeah.
and we want to bring in people to participate in their own building resilience and participate in their own path to success. We don't want to be that agency that says, "Here, we have this for you. We're here with you," and so that sense of hospitality is really crucial when you come into our building and when we go out and talk with folks and we see folks in the community. It permeates all of that. So the other thing is that we really want to be a partner in housing in Wichita in one way or another. We really would not want to manage housing ourselves, but we want to be able to invite and encourage other people and participate in that process somehow. We'd love to talk with more developers about that and how we can help support, how we can bring, some confidence in how these units are going to be filled on a regular basis. So,
Is there an opportunity for, let's say, volunteers or the community to participate? And if so, how do they become more involved? Or do you need more financial assistance? Or are there like donations? Or how can the community help
would
you?
we not turn down donations?
Right.
I think yes, we really would love to talk with groups. We would love to talk with individuals more about some of these issues because I find that people really don't understand the scope of the issues. They hear little tidbits on news or in the paper. But we love to go out and talk with folks. We really, what we are bringing to Wichita in the near future will impact the housing landscape. And so we really enjoy and appreciate some more support toward that project.
I get that.
We do have our clubhouse model does not employ volunteers to any big extent. It's the members who are actually doing the work, and so we encourage that more than bringing in. But we do enjoy volunteers who have particular skills to come in and talk with folks about their skill and share, or maybe be a part of the employment process and say, this is, do some mock interviews and talk a little bit about what is that relationship between employee and supervisor, and what are those nonverbal things that they need to be aware of?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
On a personal note, what motivates you to continue to advocate for Breakthrough?
That's a personal story. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. You know, I have family members who have had mental illness in my family. My mom was always very supportive of agencies and organizations who were involved in that. And so I really, when I was invited to be a part of Breakthrough, it just aligned with my family. I wanted to be a part of the solution and not just watching what was going on,
Yeah.
and not just, having an opinion outside of working within.
Right.
So that's why I started with Breakthrough, and that's why I continue with Breakthrough. I think it's really important for our community to, kind of struggle and with this sense of independence, and yet they need help. We need to find a way to to interact and really bring people farther along than where they are. We see a lot of people on the streets, and they don't need to be on the streets. Some of them don't know that they're actually suffering
Yeah.
from mental illness. We've been told that many times.
Right.
They don't know. They don't know what's wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I appreciate always like listening to people's like personal motivation. If people want to follow along with Breakthrough or support, where can they find Breakthrough?
Right. You can find Breakthrough at breakthroughwichita.org.
Okay.
Right. And so there is a donation page there where we would really appreciate the support, particularly for our housing project that's coming along, but also for our clubhouse model. This is so important for many communities around Kansas, and we can really use that kind of support. If people don't understand the clubhouse model, we would love to give them a tour and talk to them. It's our members who actually talk and give the tour and talk about the impact. So we would love that opportunity as well.
I think I went a year ago for a tour, and you're right, it's a member who gives a tour, and it's truly impactful, and it opens your eyes to so much, and you get to see the work and the mission, and you even get to see their excitement
Through their own eyes.
Yes, exactly. Like they get so excited to have an opportunity to talk to someone about this and how it's changed their life, and so I highly recommend that.
Oh,
for,
very
for any of
good.
our listeners.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, Rachel, thank you so much
course.
for joining us.
Of
I
course.
truly appreciate your time. Again, if listeners, if you are wanting to support Breakthrough, go to their website and join so that way you can support them. Thank you so much for joining us at this episode, and we'll see you at our next one.